Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
All right, here we go. Let me pull up the text from Danny Lynn, who reached out to us last week, and I said, I am speechless. I have no idea how to help her at all.
Where's her husband? Where is he?
Where is he at? And these are the dates that she started kind of seeing that he has been in the same spot. The 14th of March, and then the 17th, 22nd, 24th, 28th, and the 29th, and then yesterday. And she said it's the same spot. It's a 2-mile road through the woods to get where he is. He doesn't hunt or really like nature stuff, so I'm trying to process this. I don't know how to bring it up. I don't want him to think that I'm spying on him. What could you possibly be doing in the woods on all of those dates?
There's two things.
And you don't like nature.
Number one, this guy's close to the edge. This is his way of weeding out any stress that's in his life that might push him over the edge. He has found a way to go and sit in the woods or sit in his car on a minimum maintenance road and just decide to chill. That's
Does he have a guest? Does he have a guest with him?
See, that's so weird. I never went to he's cheating. I went to he's looking for a place to sit and smoke a small piece of a joint and chill out. That's
really?
exactly what my first thought was.
I go to pants down right away.
Really?
Yeah. You're down a 2-mile secluded road in the middle of the woods.
He just wants some alone time.
And you leave out that aspect of your day? So what?
I guarantee I know what this is now.
What?
I guarantee. And I can tell you what I think it is. Kim, what would you do if this was your husband? How would you figure this out?
Well, I don't have a man, so that would be the tricky part. But I guess the other, I guess I would be intrigued by that because I dream like that, so it'd be kind of interesting.
Okay, so here's what I want. I can guarantee that I know what's going on here.
Well, dish.
Without a doubt. First, I want to see what you guys think. Will you call us real quick? She finds that when she goes to the Find My app, her husband is taking time every day, or every other day, every third day, whatever it is, to sit in the woods.
Yeah.
At least that's where his phone is.
Normally, I would have an opinion about this, but I have no idea what to tell her.
I can't believe you thought he was cheating on her right away.
Oh,
that's
for sure.
That's such a pessimistic way to think.
That's exactly where you would go to get it on. In the middle of the woods? Yes.
Not a hotel or a motel or someplace at work.
Have you ever heard of receipts? Please don't ever cheat on Trisha. You're going to get caught right away. You're like the worst cheater.
So do me a favor. Call with what you think is going on here, and I will lay out what I can guarantee is going on, and I want to see if you match my thoughts next.
I had no idea what advice to give her, so you guys are perfect to help. But she said that she sees with her Find My app that she has synced up to her husband's phone that he has been in the same spot, which is a 2-mile road through the woods to get to where his spot is. And then she says he doesn't really hunt or like nature stuff. So she's trying to process this. Should she tell him that she notices that this is where he's at? And she gave us all the dates up until yesterday. So it started on the 14th, and it's every 2 or 3 days, not on the weekends. And then yesterday. And
Angelina texted in. She said he's with Mary Jane.
So you think he's just out there smoking pot?
I think this dude is... my first thought was he's out there, quick puffing, doesn't want anyone home to know about it.
Okay.
Chelsea, what would you think he's out there doing?
So just because he doesn't hunt doesn't mean that he possibly doesn't shed hunt. He could be looking for deer antlers. It's a perfect time for shed hunting.
Oh. People do this.
What the hell are you talking about?
My friend Lori does this all the time.
I've never heard of this ever.
Yeah, she goes out and she looks for when they shed their horn or they shed their antlers.
Why is he hiding that? I guarantee, almost if she's a good wife, she says, "How was your day?"
It's a good point. Wouldn't you tell your wife about it, Chelsea?
I went shed hunting.
I would, but maybe he doesn't want her to go with him.
That could be it.
Well, that's where you have to be honest as a spouse and say, "Listen, this is something that I do for me." And I like to just do it, put my AirPods in and go look for antlers.
Do they have a child? Does he bring the child with him?
I know nothing. I just know what she texted. And
I was going to say maybe that's a good thing for the, like, two of them. Like, if you had a child, like, I'm going to show you a little bit about nature. Maybe I don't hunt, but...
Mom would know about it at that point, right? I would hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is, it's just strange, but it's really sad that she's to the point where she doesn't know how to confront him. All you have to say is, I notice you're out here. And what's the worst case scenario? That he is getting with someone, right?
Right, and maybe he'll tell you the truth if you confront him, but I think I'm going to go with he's probably smoking out there, too.
Yeah.
Here's my other thought, and I want you to confirm or deny that you think this is a plausible theory, and this is the one I'm hitching all my wagons to, Chelsea.
What is it?
I think this guy is driving out there. He's sitting in his car. He doesn't want anyone to know, not his friends, not his wife, not people at church, not the people.
Is he watching porn?
School. Oh, no, I don't.
I think it's
bad,
worse.
As probably worse. What I think he's doing.
What is it?
I think he's listening to country music.
God, you would need to bury yourself in the woods to do that.
I think he's embarrassed.
You'd have to hide.
Yes.
I think he's embarrassed that he likes country music, and he doesn't want anyone to judge him.
Yeah, that's a very good thought there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple...
I know we have some crossover
over.
with our country station in-house, but it's like you can tell which ones are crossing over.
I think you can... I think...
you can tell our top 40 listeners and our KCLD listeners are like...
I mean, listen, if I got into country music, I would hide it from my wife, too.
Yeah.
I would never let her know about it.
Do you think she'd leave you?
If that's the thing that pushes her...
relationship ruiner?
I think... I mean, I don't know how you could.
You're listening to what?
I mean, Chelsea, think about that.
We're done here.
You find somebody you really, really love, and then you find out they like country music. I'd have to draw a line. That's a hard line in the sand.
I feel like you're joking about this. This is Danny Lynn's life, you guys. Like, this is her. This is serious.
What if he is? What if he is into Jake Owen? What if he is really, really into that?
What if she is like a hardcore rock person and she's like, nope.
Yeah.
Our household is going to be rock only.
You gotta
then I
find
think they have more
happiness,
problems.
right?
Than
She's
this.
into Slipknot. He's into, George Strait. Next thing you know, you just can't coexist. You got it. Listen, everyone's got to be happy in their life. And if you can't find somebody who doesn't like country music that you can associate with, then you got to go.
Radio Paparazzi.
So even though Selena Gomez has over 300 million Instagram followers, she lets her team post and kind of curate her feed because she hasn't been on the internet for how long?
I haven't been on the internet in 4.5 years. It has changed my life completely. I am happier. I am more present. I connect more with people. It makes me feel normal.
There you go. She was also diagnosed with bipolar disorder. A lot of people don't know that. And she has a new show. It's called Wonder Minds, and it just shows all the different ways your brain can kind of turn on you. But then you can about face and make sure that you can handle it in a way that works for you.
She's still doing the Steve Martin and Martin Short stuff, though, right?
Yeah, we got another one coming. So I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Cardi B abruptly deleted her Twitter account on Sunday. So here's the setup. She does some Twitter live feed of her getting some self-care done at the house. And people are like, you're so lazy. Why aren't you at the Grammys? You have a nomination for something. And she's like, listen, I'm deleting my Twitter.
For the real Bardigan that love me and support me, I love y'all so much, but some of them got me tight today. And they're the reason why this trickled down to the point that I had to delete my Twitter. I said what I said, and I have a song that I really want to sing to y'all, but I've been a little bit shy to sing. But you know what? Whatever. Singing release my stress. It goes like this. My
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
I think I know that one. I know that song. I think I sang it just recently.
Kat had that song at her graduation.
I did. So don't look for her on Twitter. She be gone. Brittany Beat, please. She is sharing plans for a book. She put on Instagram a new post, and she says that she's excited to write this. It is a process of healing. It's very therapeutic. It's her side and her recall of events and how they really went down, because the people that did wrong by her are not going to tell the truth because it doesn't look right. So look for that on the New York bestseller list. And I'm not being sarcastic. I guarantee it's going to sell out.
People will buy it.
Yeah. Blowing out their candles today. This Is Us star Sterling K. Brown is 46. Pharrell is 49. And Paula Cole is 54.
It's one of our most fascinating ways to spend time here in the Playhouse. You give us the scenario. We've got to try and figure out, did you accomplish this as a drunk adult or a little kid?
I hate this game. I'm so bad at it.
You are atrocious. Your family should be ashamed.
I'll let you use that word because I'm never right. Let's see how I do.
Eddie, you're up first. Give us the scenario. We'll try and predict whether or not this event happened when you were a drunk adult or a little kid. So first off, what happened?
I ran into a cactus naked.
Okay. All right. So he ran into a cactus naked.
I'm going to say drunk adult.
Eddie, drunk adult or little kid, big man?
I was a drunk adult running from the cops. I was skinny dipping at a party, and it got busted by the police.
Jeez.
And I took off naked, ran right into a cactus plant.
Oh, God.
I did not get caught by the police, but I did have a pretty hurt penis.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Jeez.
Oh, my God.
It happens. It's a medical term.
Sure.
Kim,
Why do you look so nervous?
Good luck following that one up. Drunk adult or little kid, give us the scenario, please.
I got in trouble for cutting someone's entire ponytail off while they were sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know where I'm going on this. Real quick before we get the answer, Kat, drunk adult or little kid?
As a little kid.
I would have said drunk adult.
No.
Kim, drunk adult or little kid?
I was a little kid, and it was my oldest sister. She'd been picking on me all summer, and I finally just snapped, had enough, and I hacked it off while she was sleeping. Her hair went all the way down to her butt, so it was kind of a huge deal. She still brings it up on holidays, so I think she's still pressed.
I would be too. Now,
that's traumatizing. I would feel like I could never go to sleep again.
You're 2 for 2. I've got 2 more people. And you get to choose who goes first. Sherry had a run-in with a reality star. Len had something to do with the dog's butt. Who do you want to hear from next?
Sherry.
Sherry and the reality star will be next then. The game is drunk adult or little kid. It's easily my favorite thing we do here in the Playhouse because you just give us the scenario and we've got to try and figure out, was it done, bless you, as a drunk adult or a little kid? So you wanted to hear Sherry's story.
Yes, I do.
Sherry, we know it has to do with a reality star. So first, tell us what happened. Then we're going to guess whether it happened as you were a drunk adult or a little kid.
I grew up on a reality show star.
Okay, so she threw up
On a
reality show star. Did she do that, though, while she was boozing or just being a dopey little kid, Kat?
I'm going to say boozing. Drunk adult.
I would have thought so, too. Drunk adult or little kid here, Sherry?
I was a little kid.
Oh.
My mom was really good friends with James from Big Brother, and he was over visiting my mom when I was home from school. I think I had the flu. Basically, I threw up in his lap while I was sitting next to him on the couch.
Lovely.
James from Big Brother.
I think I only watched one season of Big Brother, and that was like the very first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a guy that worked here that sent us an application every single year and never got called for it. And I think that's why I was like, nah, I'm not into this. All right, last one. Len, I appreciate you holding. We know it has to do with a dog. So, drunk adult or little kid, first what happened?
I shaved my dog's ass and made him walk backwards.
So it's like the old joke. So he actually shaved his dog's behind and made him walk backwards.
All right, I'm going to say drunk adult.
See, and I would have said little kid on this one. Len, drunk adult or little kid?
Well, I was a little kid.
Dang.
My parents would always use this expression, you know the one that goes like,
right.
If I looked like you, I'd shave my dog's ass and make him walk backwards.
Yeah, we've heard it.
Well, I decided to try that with my dog.
Okay.
It didn't work.
Okay.
I never got him to walk backwards. But I can tell you this, his shaved ass sure looked great. It really did.
It looked great. So I told Liam I wouldn't mention the name of his friend, but it's not a bad story. It's actually quite hilarious.
When she told me yesterday, guys, I'm like, we have to talk about this on the radio. I think this is a real thing for a lot of people. It's definitely one of the purest cases of FOMO there is.
Before I got my finances in order, I would feel like this when I left a store without something for myself. So we're walking around and he's with his friend who starts to talk about his love of shopping. And
how old is this boy?
10.
He's 10 years old. He's
Yeah.
got a love of shopping already.
Yes. And I find out later on that his dad has a shopping obsession as well, like his whole life. And he goes, I think I created that monster for sure. So we end up in Foot Locker, and they are obsessed with just anything Jordan, Nike Air. So they're looking at all these just kick butt shoes on the wall. And Liam's like, yeah, I'd really like these, but it's a lot of money. And his friend is standing next to me holding these shoes, like repeating over and over how much he loves the shoes. And I'm like, I get it, but you don't have the money for them. And he goes,
so you as the adult supervisor, you know how much money this kid's got with him.
yes.
Okay.
So he brought 70, and then like a sweetheart, he went to Claire's and bought an awesome present for his little sister.
Aw.
Yeah, how sweet is that? He goes, I'm going to go in and get something for her because, she really wanted to come today, and I said I'd get her something. And so then he had $42 to his name, all right? So he comes up with this proposition for me. He brings me a Nike Air, which is over $100, and he says, listen, if you buy me these shoes and I'll just give you the $42, we could call it even. And I go, how is that even? And he goes, do you want to just do that? And I said, no, I don't want to do that. And I said, listen, wait for back to school shopping. You don't need shoes right now this late in the year. Just wait. And, the styles are going to be the same or if not even better.
Did he approach you with the full expectation that you would take this deal?
I think he did.
Yeah.
And his mom's like, I'm so sorry. But I'm like, it was so cute.
This
His
is a high
negotiation needs some work.
No,
But
he almost got you to go with it. Like he was so suggestive of that it was a good deal that I guarantee you thought twice.
I'll throw you 42, and then you pay for the whole thing.
Well, I think kids don't understand credit cards at that point.
Yeah.
They think that you hand them plastic and it's not really cash. So if he gives you $42, all you got to do is put this on the card.
Yeah. And I'm just like, no, let's go, guys. So we start walking back, and he's like, he wasn't acting himself. He's such a sweet, fun kid. And I go, hey, what's going on? And he goes, I just don't like leaving a store without something for myself. And I feel funny.
10 years old.
I go, listen, I have had that feeling. I know what you're talking about. There's nothing weirder than leaving TJ Maxx with nothing, because it's just kind of impossible. I could probably leave with just one thing, but it's not a good feeling. I don't like it. So I said, listen, Albertville has a Nike outlet. Let's go. Let's check it out. And so we go, and he ends up getting a Nike windbreaker for baseball.
Okay.
And that was $49. So he approaches me with another negotiation. If I give you this $42, can you spot me the 7?
You said you got to clean my car?
And I said, he ended up cleaning his bathroom at home for the money for me. And I said, no, just keep the money. But he was happy.
But at one point,
like,
this 10-year-old kid had the shopping shakes.
He had the shop and shakes. And I get that. If I had to pick one store, if I go in and leave without anything, and I wonder why, it'd be Target. Like, there's so much there for me. Or like I feel like I need, and then if I don't get anything, how weird.
See, this is very, very foreign and weird to me, because I can walk into any store, like a home improvement store. If I need something and I go and they don't have it, I'll just leave.
But I bet not sports. I bet you're so hardcore into sports.
No, I'm good at saying no. I go in with an idea of what I need, but like I can go to like Dick's and I will try on probably 9 A2000s or Nakoma gloves.
Yeah,
And I have 3 at home. I have one that's not even broken in yet. And I don't need another baseball
you like
glove.
The smell.
I mean, my
like
playing days are far behind me.
Yeah.
But I'm obsessed with a really good baseball glove. So I'll try them on, but I won't buy one anymore.
Yeah. So I want to know, do you have the shop and shakes at a specific store? Maybe it's Home Goods. Maybe it's Target. Maybe it's, I don't know. You go into Dick's and you can't find anything. And you're like, how is this even possible?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
So when I saw your text come through, I'm like, this is so me. Like back in the day, I'd get the shakes for not buying myself something at TJ Maxx. But like, you don't, when you have kids, you don't shop for yourself anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you get the shop and shakes. Where do you get them?
I mean, just about anywhere I go, I'm constantly looking for something for my kids.
Yeah.
So like I just got back from a vacation with my mom in Vegas, and the whole time, every store I'd go in, like, oh, this would be cute for so-and-so, and I'm like, but I never got anything for myself. It was all about my kids.
I know, it's crazy.
Just being unselfish, but I mean, like, you genuinely feel a different way if you don't make a purchase.
Yeah, Absolutely. Like, I feel so bad not getting them something.
Well, trust me, you grow out of that.
Going to the grocery store.
I know. Well, when if I run to Target or Walmart or whatever, I'm like, well, Liam could use some new underwear or socks or, you just think of little things like that that'll make their life.
You guys are
better.
rookies. You know what really cures this is sending your kid away to a $75,000 a year college. That will cure all of the, hey, I really need to get them something stuff. Or when when your kid needs you to buy them a car so they can get a job, so they can spend all their own money and you still paying insurance and gas. Cures it all.
He's not jaded at all, Mallory.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling.
Good
and
luck
I
with
don't
those
think
shakes.
there's anything wrong with that. You're a good mama.
Yeah. Now, Tim has been waiting for a while, and I appreciate your patience. Everybody calls him New York, and he gets the shopping shakes. Where and why?
Yes. I have exotics. I have dragons, several bearded dragons.
Whoa.
And I have a 5-foot monitor at home named Brooklyn. He's about 5.5 feet long. So when I go to the pet shops, I have to come back with something. If not, I have an angry 5.5 dragon, 5.5 water monitor that is going to whip the crap out of me if I'm not bringing home the bacon, literally.
Oh, my
for this
God.
cat.
Do you let these things walk around the house? Are they walking everywhere?
Well, that's funny you say that, as I'm trying to acclimate him into, because he's got an enclosure he's outgrowing, but I'm trying to get him to, come out of that and be more social because he don't like anybody.
Yuck.
He doesn't
Shocker.
like anybody but me.
The prehistoric dragon you own doesn't really like humans. That's amazing.
Did I ever tell you the story that happened in Iowa for the wedding the other weekend?
No, break it down.
It was a Pretty Woman moment, and I felt like garbage. And I could not believe that it truly is a thing. When you look a certain way, you just don't get the same treatment.
How this happened to you?
Yes.
How
okay.
did you look first?
Let me just start with, I was supposed to have my dress that I purchased online. I was supposed to have it the Monday before we left.
And it's still in a shipping container somewhere off San Diego, probably?
Well, I write them, and support gets back to me and said it has not even been shipped because we're dealing with China, and so you'll have to wait. So I was just, out of luck. And I'm like, okay, I have a lot of really nice dresses, so I'm going to go ahead and just bring those. And there's got to be a mall down there. One of the days I had a few hours to myself, so I'm like, I'm going to run to the mall after I got my nails done and see if they have anything. So I run to JCPenney. There's nothing. And
They
then
still have a JCPenney?
Yeah.
Oh.
We still have a JCPenney.
Would you?
Yes.
It's still open?
Yes.
Oh.
Good deals, too.
I'm sure.
So then a local says, have you gone to Von Mar? Have you ever heard of Von Mar?
No.
It's must be like a high-priced Dayton's. It's like fancier than Dayton's was
Like
back in the day. Yeah, kind of. And so I'm like, okay, I'll go try that. So I walk in. There's somebody playing piano, like a real person playing
Nice.
piano.
Not one of those old player pianos.
There are people out on the floor with perfume bottles. It's like back in the day when Grandma used to bring you to the department store.
It was Dayton's was perfect about this.
It was so fancy. And so I walk in and it just looked like old lady dresses. I wanted just a nice Diane von Furstenberg wrap dress or something.
What?
Diane von Furstenberg wrap dress. They're classic. They make anybody look good. Anybody. And so I'm looking and there's just nothing. Everything is pastel. And I walk up and I said to the woman who would not even make eye contact with me, I had hair on top of my head. I probably had mascara under my eyes. I was wearing, and this is probably why, but I had just left my pedicure. I was wearing those flip-flops from my pedicure with the separators from my toes. I looked like now saying it out loud. I get it. But yeah, they would not make eye contact with me. I said, hey, is this the only area that has dresses? And she almost called me peasant, move.
Shoot
we have,
you off
we
with
have
a
other
broom?
people with the real money that are ready to spend their money. I felt like garbage. I feel bad for people that get treated like that all the time.
Now, every morning, you sit down with your bowl of oatmeal or your rice cakes, and you talk to hundreds of thousands of people. Your confidence soars. You are ready to tell a joke at an instant or tell a story or shove somebody in their place if they tell us they don't like our show. But at that moment, when confrontation hit face to face with a 57-year-old woman at the name of the store?
Von Mar.
Von Mar.
In Des Moines.
You had a chance to put the hammer down and be the woman you wanted to be, and you did.
I felt as tall as a thimble, I'll tell you that. And I just left. Got in my car and just left.
My disappointment could not be bigger.
Went back to the hotel, steam pressed one of my other dresses
You were never going to see this woman that treated you like garbage again, and you could have laid the smack down.
I should have got all fancy for the wedding, drove back to Von Mar, and did the big mistake. Big.
You should have pooped on the floor is what you should have done.
Do you remember me? I was the one with the separators between my toes a couple of hours ago, and you treated me like trash.
They would have been like, absolutely, we remember you.
We've been talking about you in the back the whole time. So, yeah, I just wanted to say, listen, if you're treated like that, even I was treated like
Walk
that.
away. Even I. Wow.
It can happen to anybody.
This is not a pretty woman moment. The pretty woman moment is she got revenge. They beat you. You were beaten down.
I wish I had looked like a hooker. Then it would have made some sense. I did look like a dumpster fire, but I needed a dress. And I wasn't going to get all fancy just to go find a dress. I had to wait till I found the dress.
So moral of the story is nothing.
Is wear shoes, and you might be treated a little bit better.
Radio Paparazzi.
So Olivia Rodrigo, I don't know if this is a good omen or a bad omen, but she dropped and broke her Grammy.
Come on, let's go. All right. That's all right. We'll just put it on your bill.
But the same thing happened to her friend and mentor Taylor Swift, if you remember, at the 2010 Grammys. And Taylor has had quite
got 100 of these laying around. Just give her another one.
All right. Kourtney Kardashian's ex, Scott Disick, he kind of cuddles up to whatever the new guy is in the family because you want to stay on their good side. Pete Davidson delivered him a pizza via Kim's mini pink Jeep.
Thanks, man. See you later, bro.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for dropping the pizza off.
Oh, anytime. Hey, have a good night, all right?
All right, take care.
All right, cool.
Love Postmates.
Look at that. Having fun, posting it on the gram. Everybody is just having a good time.
Make sure I'm still relevant.
Yep. Justin Bieber planning to get more tattoos. This time they're going to have a different meaning.
Yeah, so I think I'm done on my neck. That's a Haley request. My back is still pretty open, and I don't have kids yet, and so I'm thinking of getting their portraits on my back.
Oh, you know what'd be even better?
What?
Is guess what they're going to look like and tattoo that on there and then compare them
the real
when they
face.
get to be like 3 or 4, then compare them and see how close you are.
That is a funny game to play.
If you get a real tattoo artist, and you bring yourself and your wife and have them say, I want you to predict what our first 2 kids are going to look like.
When you bring in one of those software pictures where it blends both of your faces.
Let him do it. Let him be completely organic and creative. Number 1, he's got to predict whether you're going to have a boy or girl first.
Yep.
And second, right? And then what they're going to look like. And then at 3 years old, you lay down flat and you have those kids right next to you and see how close it really is. That could be fun.
Blowing out their candles today. We have Pharrell turning 49. Singer Paula Cole is 54. And then Christopher Reed from Kid and Play is 58 today.
Welcome to a Tidbit Tuesday.
All right, so this is where you can call or send us a quick text. I would love a call, but just give us a tidbit about yourself that maybe most people don't know. So I'm going to let you go first. A tidbit that you feel nobody knows about you.
If you listen to the show for a while, you would never expect to hear this or whatever, but I did get the highest ACT score in my class.
Yeah. How many people were in your class?
I don't know, like 70.
2? Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a pretty small
class. You got
class.
the highest out of 70 people, huh?
I got the highest out of, and then my daughter's really, really smart.
Yeah.
And I thought she would do really well. My wife is way smarter than I am, and I dwarfed her.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I would say a tidbit about myself. You wouldn't tell by looking at me, but went to state 5 years in a row for cross-country running. Started in 7th grade. I was the only 7th grade varsity runner.
What was the farthest distance you had to run?
What do you mean?
For
practice?
No.
Cross-country is always a 5K.
That's always what it is?
Yeah, for races.
Do you remember what your best 5K time is?
I don't. I'd have to look back. My mom has all the cutouts. I'd have to look back. But I did have, I got a Letterman's jacket in 7th grade, and I couldn't wear it to school because they teased me.
Oh,
I got teased. So I have this $200 jacket with the patches, and I couldn't wear it to school because I got teased. So
how much money would I have to get you to participate in a 5K this summer around here?
A 5K this summer?
Yeah. Could you be ready to run one?
No, I don't want to. I want to eat.
What are you eating right now?
This is oatmeal.
If you want to reach behind you real quick, Kat, and spin that big wheel, and we'll get that thing popping. Somebody lubricated this, and it goes forever now. So
leave Derek in here for one day.
Whatever it lands on, Kat's going to act out a scene from this type of movie. And
what is it?
Animated film today. So rip that envelope open. Inside it is not only the name of an animated film, but a really popular scene from that film. You must now act out all the characters.
Okay.
And the first person to identify this animated film by calling us will win. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Action.
Dad, please let me speak. There's something we have to talk about. You want to go out into the world. You can. Aha. I knew you were going to say that, but Dad, you gave me your word. You know that I know that Dracula's word is sacred, that our trust is the core of... Wait, what? I said that you can go. And scene.
Good voice.
Good?
That was really spot on.
Good.
Teresa, you know what movie that is?
Is it Hotel Transylvania?
It is. Yes.
Let's begin now.
All right, let's get after it. Tackling Tuesday and the Playhouse all over your radio. There's Kat, I'm JJ. How we living?
Good. How are you?
Things are good. I'm enjoying life right now. Things are okay.
Are you? Good. I have been feeling the same way. That's good.
Seem like you're trying to convince me.
No, I'm being serious. I feel like, and I'm truthful about this. When you have your finances in order, doesn't life feel a little bit better?
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Honestly, I wouldn't know.
But you're blissfully unaware.
Yeah.
Like my husband, he says that he has the best life, and I love that I give that to him because I take some of the worry off him when it comes to bills and stuff like that. But like, that's a good life. I envy that you have lived that life for so long.
Well, my wife works in finance. You know what she doesn't have to worry about? Putting hardwood floors in. Replacing deck boards.
Okay, you got a good balance going on. That's great.
She's a happy idiot when it comes to, is the plumbing right?
Yeah.
Or, hey, did that hardwood get installed?
Yin and yang.
Did somebody clean the hot tub? Is the wiring correct?
Okay.
She's a blissful idiot when it comes to that. I trust her, and we got a backup as a financial planner, so I figure if she screws up, somebody else is going to notice.
It's a good balance. When you find that balance, you can feel the way we're feeling, where it's just like, it's a good life.
What'd you do yesterday? Anything fun?
I did a lot of stuff that had to be done. So we had a plumber come over to unhook our plumbing because our quartz is going in today. I'm so excited. Can't wait to do the before and after of our kitchen. And just got some cleaning done because we have a busy rest of the week. Tomorrow I have to fast, or starting today at 4.
Ramadan started Saturday.
Until, not for that. I have to get my blood work done.
Oh.
Check my thyroid.
That's only got to be like a 12-hour though, right?
They just said try to stop eating at 4, and then we'll see you at 10:45.
Oh, so
because
16.
anytime after that, gas bubbles form, and then it's hard to get a good reading or something. But yeah, I want to check out my thyroid because I'm fat. I feel like I need to lose weight.
I think there's a lot of people that their thyroid is off.
Yeah, I feel like that's the case. If not, crap.
You're hinging all your bets on that one?
I really am.
We've got email. We've got email. Got email. Got email. We've got email.
All right, so this is from Anna, and she sent it over the weekend, and yuck is all I can say. It says, I feel like I know how Kat will be. I think she'll be on my side. I wanted to throw it out there to see if my baby could get sick or not. My husband thinks that it's cute when our pugs lick the baby's face. My daughter is 2 months old, and he keeps letting them do it. He said that they're showing their affection for her. All I see are possible germs getting in her mouth. Their spit is everywhere. We don't watch them 24/7. So are they eating their poop? We don't know. No matter how many times I say that I hate when they do that, I know that he lets them do that when I'm not around. Can I bring him evidence that it could be really bad for her in the end? Anna. That sounds absolutely disgusting. And
some people like the dog kiss on the mouth thing, man. I've never been into kissing an animal or letting it lick my face. Like, our dog will try and get snuggly, and like when it's happy with you and stuff like that, it'll always put its nose on your hand to try and get pet. I think that's pretty common. But every once in a while, I'll be like just like kind of laying on the floor or whatever, and it'll come up and it'll try and lick me in the face, and I'm like, get the hell away. But I've always heard that a dog's mouth is the cleanest part of its body. I don't know if there's a lot of germs in a dog's mouth. I don't know if...
I just say, Anna, a quick Google brought up the fact that it says a dog licking a baby's face should not be allowed. A dog's mouth carries a lot of germs, which can easily be passed to people.
I know, but
you know what sucks?
How do you build up immunity to this kind of stuff then? You know what I mean? It's not like a virus. It's just a germ.
You shouldn't have to build up immunity to what is in a dog's mouth. That's so gross. And the fact that she doesn't know if her husband is respecting her wishes when she leaves the house and leaves her 2-month-old baby. How is he going to feel when this baby gets some type of germ that is only passed on through dog spit?
Like what?
I have no idea. I have no idea what kind of enzymes are in a dog's mouth that could be dangerous to a baby, but it says do not let this happen. It could be problematic.
I don't think it's that bad.
This is especially problematic for babies and immune-suppressed adults. Both are at an increased risk of contracting infections and parasites from dogs. Gross. I hope nothing happens to this baby, but I do know that it is 100% his fault if it does. And they will be able to trace it back. That's really...
I don't know.
I want to hear from people that allow their kids to be licked by their dogs. I don't care if it's your fur baby. This is like your real baby.
God, you're really just put up a roadblock to teach this baby compassion and love through an animal.
Cuddle all day. You cuddle all day with that puppy.
That's just as much. There's just as much a chance to get a parasite or a germ from this puppy if you cuddle with it versus it licking your face.
But 2 months old, this baby can't do anything. This baby cannot push the dog away.
This baby is learning quickly every day, and if you make it so the dog can't be affectionate towards the baby, you're cutting off a chance at it loving. Hey, Bernie.
Hey.
How's it going?
So good. Unpopular opinion, but I totally allow all 3 of my dogs to lick both of my kids since day one.
Since day one, since infant, home from the hospital.
And how many times have those children been hospitalized because of the dog kiss?
Absolutely none.
How many times have they gotten sick? Do you feel like they get sick a lot?
No, not at all.
That's not going to believe you.
I've only ever experienced horrible germs with me not washing my hands properly after dealing with like our chickens and farm animals.
Oh.
I think kids are more at risk from their own parents not washing their hands enough, and that goes completely unseen, I feel like.
So despite everything that's written on Google, there's literally not one link that says let your pets lick your baby's faces. You say it's worked for my family.
Yeah, they're going to build an immunity to them better if you allow it from day one.
What kind of dogs do you have?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
I have 2 labs and a Lhasa Apso.
Lhasa Apso, those are the greatest. Those are so fun.
I got to Google those. What's a Lhasa Apso?
Wait till you see what this looks like.
How do you even spell it? Lhasa Apso.
Yeah. It's like a little Shih Tzu, but longer hair.
They're so funny.
That's cute.
Yeah, that's an adorable dog. So, and how old are the babies now that are super healthy because the dogs lick their faces?
1 and 3.
Yeah. Okay. What do you say to people like Kat who just... here's what's going to happen, too, by the way. I can predict the future. I see it in my crystal ball. I'm going to say, Bernie, thanks. Have a great day. And you're going to hang up and you'll be like, oh, that was fun talking to those guys. And we're going to get into like a song or a commercial break and Kat's going to go, she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. It's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, I'm not going to dog on her opinion. That's her personal opinion, the way she runs her household. I'm just going off what every doctor says.
What would you say to somebody like Kat who's against pets? Like, it's just like, I don't want my son to be happy. What would you say to somebody like that?
You know, there's a lot of parents out there that fully believe in that, but I'm definitely a parent that the more you expose your kid to, the better off they're going to be because they're going to be able to fight those all along then.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to people like Kat who are like, Bernie's stupid, she doesn't really make any sense?
Bernie does not know I talk like that.
It's okay. It's her opinion and it's her family.
I love Bernie. These are my listeners. I love
to know.
listeners that are like, listen, people can have opinions. You know, I have my own way of thinking. Move on with life.
You're so diplomatic. Can I ask what you do for a living? Not necessarily even where you work. Just what do you do?
Well, I work for a painting company.
Okay.
In Switzerland?
All their painting.
You're just
I wish.
very good. You're very good about saying, this is what I think. It doesn't have to be you. You would make a terrible radio host because nobody would get fired up about what you say.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I could talk to people all day long.
Oh, I think you could. You've done a pretty good job this morning. I appreciate you being on our show. Have a good day.
You too.
This is where Kat goes. She doesn't know what the hell she was talking about.
One last thought from Tina, and then we'll tie it up. Anna, you can go ahead and do what you want with this whole situation. If you're going to scold your dog for licking a human, you probably shouldn't have a dog. That's natural for them, and that's how they show affection and what they want. So, yeah, it's true. If you're going to have an infant and you're worried about germs, maybe rehome the dog.
Emily's thoughts, a small kiss here and there won't hurt the baby. Obviously, don't let them smother them. But I'm 29, survived. There are worse germs.
Worse
Damn
germs.
Skippy. Love them puppies. The email that we got over the weekend kind of made us ponder. We decided to bring it to the radio this morning. Can you recap it real quick?
Yes, so this is from Anna, and she says that I want to throw it out there to see if my baby could get sick or not. My husband thinks that it's so cute when our pugs lick her face. She's 2 months old, and he keeps letting them do it. He says that they're showing affection for her. All I see are possible germs getting in her mouth. We don't watch them all the time. Are they eating their poop? No matter how many times I say I hate when they do that, I know that he lets them do that when I'm not around. Can I bring him evidence that it's really bad for her? Anna, I did a quick Google search. Or have your doctor say something. He needs to go to those visits, those checkups, and your pediatrician will not say, yes, let these dogs lick the baby's face. It says, do not let this happen.
Alyssa, you let your dog mouth kiss you?
No. It's gross.
Oh, hold on. What's it?
Sorry, we have an Alexa in here. Hold on.
Alexa off. Alyssa, you let your dog mouth kiss you. So no, you don't do this.
No, it's gross. And I have a baby, and I mean, I wouldn't let a dog do that, but I'm biased against pugs because to me they just look grosser than normal dogs anyway. So I mean,
so what kind of dog would you make out with?
Yeah, I had
none. I would not make out with any dogs.
I had a godmother that had a few pugs, and all of them, their tongues get too long for their mouth, and so they just hang
They look
out
like
of their
Kat when
mouth.
she's coloring.
I love freaking coloring. But yeah, I just think that why would you risk it? Especially with a 2-month-old that can't do anything to defend herself. You know, maybe she doesn't like it.
I think this is where we're really getting soft, guys. I think letting the dog kiss your baby. I mean, what's next? You going to put her in a bubble and maybe make sure that she just gets spoon-fed only organic food and everything like that? I mean,
That's
come on.
not what I'm saying.
Where are we at here?
I'm just saying, don't let something that just ate its crap.
You don't know it. Just
the baby's face.
Kat is not a dog owner. She's under the impression that all dogs do are lay in the sun and then poop and eat it.
I had a dog that threw up, looked at me, and ate it again. I know what dogs do.
I mean, I had a dog, and with our first child, it literally destroyed our diaper genie, and it ate all of the baby diapers.
Yes.
So, imagine that licking your, newborn. That's gross. You don't know what dogs eat.
Genie baby.
Oh, yuck. It's too much. And what I feel for Alyssa is her leaving the house knowing that her partner is not honoring her wishes for their baby. That's got to be a bad spot.
Right? And that's weird. My partner, he's more, weird about what touches our baby than I am. He's, more strict about it. So it's just, I don't know. It's weird that someone could just be that laid back, I guess.
Same. I
Folk
think
are.
the same
Hey,
thing.
thanks, Alyssa. Have a great day today.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care. Natasha, what kind of dogs do you make out with?
Absolutely none. Oh, my gosh, no.
Yeah, gross.
I actually, I don't even like when my kid licks my face. I don't know. It's just weird. But when I was younger, I was taught that if a dog, licks your skin, that they're trying to get to your bones. So it was
that is funny.
I don't know. That's what I was always told by like my brothers, you know. So I just
Yeah.
it stuck
Funny.
with me. So when I was pregnant, and my dog was continuously like licking my skin. Granted, you know, dogs can sense things, and
Just trying to eat your baby is what you thought?
No, he knows there's a little bone under there, a little treat.
Yeah, I don't know. And I just got super emotional. Like, he's trying to get my bones, you know? And I'm like,
Yeah. I don't know. I just think even if it's just licking her hands go in her mouth. All babies put their hands in their mouth.
I'm not all don't get vaccinated and everything like that, but there's certain things you have to do in your life that will help create some antibodies and immunity for you. Like you can't wash your hands, yes, be clean and everything like that. But if a dog licks you, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to get sick.
Okay, well, you say that to the baby when she's laid up in the hospital because she
I'll
got
go visit
a
that
staph
baby.
infection from
and
a germ.
I'll bring it a Playhouse T-shirt. I'll go, hey, really, really sorry that you're sick and laid up in the hospital now because your mom listened to our show. And
Thank you for agreeing with me, Natasha. I appreciate it. Trending is this woman who calls herself a big crybaby girl, and she has documented all the times that she's cried since we turned to 2022.
In January, I cried 18 times. In February, only 13 times. And in March, I have cried 14 times. But in total so far this year, I have cried 45 times. The number 5 reason why I've cried this year is Pot Roast the cat. I've cried over Pot Roast 4 times so far this year. I have cried over my boyfriend 7 times so far this year. Now, please do not be alarmed. These have not all been sad cries. These have in fact included very many happy cries, grateful cries, sometimes nonsensical drunk cries. I'm 23. And the number 1 reason why I have cried so far this year is my job. I have cried twice on the way to work, 5 times driving home from work, and 4 times either in the bathroom or somewhere else on my lunch break.
That sounds...
She's exhausting.
Exhausting. That sounds like it takes so much effort to cry. Don't you ever feel like after you have a good cry, you need a nap?
No.
No? Because you don't cry.
I'm not a cry. I'm sorry. I'm very old school with that. I'm not a crier.
Yeah, and my body just doesn't do it. Like, the older I've gotten, the less I cry. I don't understand, but men are different. Like, the older Derek has gotten, he cries like all the time.
Because the light doesn't change.
He got misty the other day because they were doing a news story on the NCAA women's championship that was happening in the cities, and there was like really nothing about it. And we had a Minnesota player in it, and he's like, I just feel so bad for women. You guys just really get such a short end of the stick. Like, he got really misty, and he felt really bad that it wasn't getting the acknowledgement that men's sports do. And I go, are you going to cry? He goes, I don't know. I could. So I want to know the last thing that you cried about. What was it? Are you surprised at all with the story I just told you?
No, not at all.
Okay. Then you got a face of like puzzle.
No, I just, because the last time I had a good cry, I heard a song, and it's by Jim Croce, and it's called I Got a Name. And part of it is something about I carry my daddy's name, and I'm living the life that he kept hid or something like that. And I started thinking about my boys, and I was like, oh, my God, I'm so happy I got a couple of boys to carry on.
Your eyes are getting glossy right now.
Other than that, I had hit my finger with a mallet while I was installing hardwood floors.
Yeah.
And my wife was in the other room, and it hurt so bad. And I'm not like a screamer or a cusser usually.
Yeah.
But I just was like... I was holding it back like it was such physical pain because it pinched it and immediately became a huge blood blister.
Yeah.
And by the time my wife's like, is there something wrong? Because she heard just silence and nobody moving. I'm like, well, okay. She's like, are you crying because you hit your finger with a hammer? And I'm like, no. And that was the last time.
All right, get it together. So what was the last thing that made you cry? What was it? Have you cried as much as Maya, this self-described big crybaby girl? Let me know, because that is what's trending.
So weird.
Weird stuff.
Everybody called me weird. I am weird.
You don't think this is a little weird?
No, I don't think it's weird at all.
Weird news.
So I feel like if you are going to go on a high-speed chase in your mind, people shouldn't be able to walk and catch up with you. 38-year-old Justin David Brown, he was arrested near Houston for stealing a forklift and going on a joyride.
Deputies got a call about a man driving a tractor on the road. Once they caught up with him on Hardy Road, they discovered it was actually a forklift. He refused to stop and led police on a slow speed chase, about 18 miles per hour. It took about 20 minutes before stopping and surrendering that suspect. He's been charged with evading.
How fast is he going?
Listen.
Over 18 miles per hour.
These poor cops are charging this guy. Like, don't do the evading charge. Do the theft charge.
Yeah.
You couldn't catch the guy in the
wasting our
forklift.
time charge. That's what you do.
You know, I used to, that was one of my jobs when I was in college. I worked at Menards, and I was a forklift driver in the yard.
So it goes about 18 miles
I don't
an
think
hour.
ours went even close to 18 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 6 or 7 at the most.
This guy just staring straight ahead, not realizing what was happening around him. And that is what's weird. All right, so we have an adorable moment for the day. This little girl, there's a TikTok trend and everybody doing the Edison Lighthouse song. Rosemary, check this out.
She don't got no money, her clothes are kind of funny, her hair is kind of wild and free. Oh, close where my Rosemary go, and nobody knows like me.
I love kids that aren't mine and I can give back.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.